Welcome back, East High Scarlets. We're excited to have everyone back in the building, and staff have been working hard to get everything prepared for us. But there are a few things you need to know before coming back, and we're here to make sure you know.
Mask must be worn correctly every day, meaning it covers your mouth and nose. No excuses. Gaiters are not allowed. When you come into the building, be sure to pay attention to the signs around you. We are going to show you some of those in a little bit. Students will park or be dropped off in the north parking lot / north side of the building. Buses will also load and unload there. Students can start arriving at 8 a.m. for breakfast. Breakfast has to be eaten in the cafeteria. If you don't need breakfast, please arrive at 8:15 and head straight to your first block class.
Be sure you always have your ID with you. This will be used for lunch, to note which cohort you are, and for release period information. If you didn't get one mailed to you, check with the front office. Let's go in and meet some of our front office staff.
Hi, I'm Jocelyn Valadez, and I work at the front office, and I'm an office clerk.
Hi, I'm Angie Baumeister, and I work in the main office, and I'm a counseling assistant.
Hello, I'm Jalissa Hernandez, and I'm a counseling clerk.
We are the first faces you see when you enter the building. We are here to connect you with the people who will be able to support your needs.
And make you feel welcome and appreciated.
Nosotros somos las primeras personas que ven en la oficina cuando primero entran. Nosotros estamos aquí para ayudarles a conectar con la persona correcta y que le pueda ayudar con lo que necesiten.
Great! Let's see if any of our at-risk coordinators are around. They help our students with a lot of items and support the school. If you have any questions, they're great to know.
Hi guys, I'm Mr. Randall. I'm an at-risk coordinator for 9th and 10th graders. We look forward to having everybody back safely and back enjoying the halls of East High School.
I think it's time we see what's in the hallways and how things are going to be different due to COVID. These signs will be up all around the building to remind us to keep our distance and to stay safe. Halls will be two-way traffic, and administration is asking us to stay to the right so that we're able to have a safe distance to one another. This is to help the spread of COVID down, and please be responsible and follow the signs. Masks will be required in the hallways.
Let's go up the stairs because there are signs there too. These signs show us which stairs are going up and which ones are going down. Since our stairway are more enclosed, it's important for us to follow these to help control the spread of COVID.
Hey, what's up, guys?
Hi, Mr. Friend. I was wondering if you can tell us a little bit about our schedules this year.
Yeah, for sure. So your term 2 schedule is going to look a lot like your term 1 schedule. You'll either have 3 or 4 different classes. Unfortunately, we can't make a lot of schedule changes right now, but if you have any questions about it, you go ahead and email your counselor. And look for information about how you can get a hold of us while you're in school. That should be coming out soon, but for now, the best way to get a hold of us is either email or through Microsoft Teams.
Thank you.
Thanks.
Hey, it's good to see you guys. How are you?
Good. We're good.
Are you ready to start back with instruction?
Yeah,
here in the building?
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
That's awesome.
Do you understand how hybrid's going to work? Or what it's going to look like?
Could you talk to us a little bit about that?
Would love to. So when you're cohort A or cohort B, those are the days you'll come into the building. So if you're cohort A, you'll come to the building every Monday and Tuesday and every other Wednesday. If you're cohort B, you come to school Thursday, Friday, and every other Wednesday. So Wednesday's your alternating week, okay? So when you come in, that's when you're going to have that really great direct instruction with your teacher and the other kids in your class when you're there. And then the days that you're home for your remote learning time, your teachers will still have activities for you to do and assignments through Canvas and Teams, kind of like what we've done virtually so far, but it'll be really connected to what you're doing when you're in class on your cohort days. Does that help make sense?
Yeah.
And you'll want to make sure that you have your computer with you every day too.
Did you say we have to bring our computer every day to school? Charge?
Yes. Please bring your computer and your charger. You might even want to have like a little tag that like has your name on it for your charger or your computer, just with a piece of tape or something so that it doesn't get misplaced. But that'll be really important to have every single day at school.
Okay, great.
We're super happy to have you guys back. Really excited. Appreciate you all wearing your masks. That's going to be like a really, really important part of being back at school and being able to continue with the hybrid learning model. So we've got a lot of faith in you guys to do that. Our teachers are excited to have you back. They've put a ton of time and work into what they're going to have prepared for you instructionally. So just do your part, have your mask, and follow our safety procedures.
Thank you so much.
So this is how lunch is going to be. Yeah, we just have to make sure we wear our masks.
So do we have 2 lunch times?
No, we actually have 3 lunches, and they're going to be assigned to us.
Oh, we still have an open campus for lunch, but if you're staying, you need to enter the lunchroom through the south doors. The ones near the elevator by the cafeteria entrance. We can enter one of two lines in the food serving area.
Don't forget that we should also use the hand sanitizing stations before entering the food line.
Sounds good. The lunches are going to have a limited menu and will be prepackaged. We can bring lunch from home, but our seats will be blocked off and we are only allowed 2 students at each long table.
Not bad, at least we're not sitting alone. However, we must face the same direction and sit in an assigned seat. At lunch, it looks like this is where we're supposed to place our trays.
We need to make sure we enter through the south doors and exit through the north doors. All lunch flow traffic will be from the direction of south to north. We need to keep it moving. No outside food, unless it's your lunch from home, can be brought into East for breakfast or lunch. All food must be consumed in the cafeteria.
We want to show you what you can expect when you go into a classroom. Each room will have a hand sanitizer on the wall for students to use, and we would recommend you use them on your way in and out of the classroom.
Desks will be distanced apart and you will need to stay distant so that we can all stay safe. In each of our classes, we will have a seating chart that we'll have to sit in for contact tracing purposes. Our desks will be cleaned between classes too, and masks are still required at all times.
The 2020 rule is back into place since we're returning with the vlog schedule. This means that once tardy bell rings, we can't leave the room for the first 20 minutes or during the last 20 minutes of class unless it's an absolute emergency. This is also so that the halls can be cleared and everyone can be to class at the beginning.
Okay, but what if I need to leave class to go to the restroom or the office after the first 20 minutes? Can I still do it?
Yes, but all students will be required to have a pass stating where they're going. I hear that they're going to be very strict this year in the halls, so no sitting on the senior bench this year.
I've heard that the drinking fountains will be turned off. Does that help with reducing the spread?
It does. Drinking fountains can spread germs in a normal time, but especially during COVID. The water bottle filling stations will be located on the second floor in the building. Everyone is encouraged to bring a water bottle that has a lid with them to school.
Hi, Scarlets. I'm Nurse Amy. There are 2 nurses here at East. Myself, Amy Cherry, and Vicki Bonnet. She's the other nurse. We will be here every day that you are, and so we're here to help you with any of your health needs that you might have. The health office is located on the north side of the cafeteria, and if you're like me, you don't really know which side is north. So north is the side that is closest to the office. All right, so this year we're running things a little bit differently for those of you who have been at East before. Prior to this, what would happen is you would tell your teacher would give you a pass and you would come down to the nurse. This year we're doing things a little bit differently in that we're asking that in order to come to the nurse, you have an appointment. And if you go to Vicki Bonnet's webpage or Amy Cherry's, not our webpage, I'm sorry, email, on the bottom of it, it'll say, click here to make an appointment with a nurse. All you have to do is click on that link, and you just put in there what time you want it for and what you need it for, and then we will schedule you for an appointment. You can do that if you are hybrid, if you're here in the building. We're glad to see you. If you are not in the building and you're virtual, we're also glad to see you. We can do a Zoom meeting or Teams meeting and meet with you that way. When you have an appointment, what we are asking is that you come into the nurse's office. Currently we don't have it, but on top of the shelf there will be a bell. And if you'll just ring that once, like not 62 times, but just once, then that will alert either Vicki or I that you are here and that you're ready to be seen. We'll also have some markers on the floor that remind you to social distance. And if you probably can't see, but if you'll notice on the floor, we've got some red lines that ask you please to not go into or go past that line. And that is primarily just for infection control purposes. If you come in and we think that you don't have any of the symptoms of COVID and you just have something that you need to lay down a little bit for and rest, or that we can treat you and get you back to class, then we'll have you lay down out here. If we have concerns that you have a fever or any symptoms at all of COVID, then what we'll do is put you into an isolation room and get up with your parents, and then we'll have you go home. On that front, it is imperative that we have a correct phone number for your parents where they can be reached at all times. And if you have any symptoms of COVID, we will need you to be picked up relatively quickly. So plan for that ahead of time so that you know who you're going to call and how it is you're going to get home. Also, so we don't run into that if we don't have to, any signs of COVID at all, fever, sore throat, loss of taste or smell, a cough, chest pain, nausea, diarrhea, any of those, we're asking that you please just stay home from school. That's really, really important, and to protect you and to protect your friends and to protect your teachers. It's just going to be vital that we all work together and make sure that we're all doing our best so that everybody stays healthy for as long as they can. You guys have questions?
What would happen about morning medications?
Morning medications. We are asking this year, usually we've got a good number of kids that will come in and get medications in the morning. We are asking this year that if at all possible, you take morning medications at home. We know that for some kids, that's absolutely not going to be possible, in which case we're very glad to do that for you. But if at all possible, we are asking you to do that at home. Kids that have medications will also need to have an appointment. So, for example, if you have one every day, 8 o'clock is your time, then at 8 o'clock you'll come in, you'll ring our bell, let us know that you're here, and from that point, then we'll help you and we'll get your medication to you. Our mission is really to keep as few kids in this office as possible so that we keep each other healthy.
Alrighty, I think that's it. Thank you so
That's
much.
it. Thank you, guys. I'm excited to see you.
Where do we go if we have a release period?
We can remain at East if we have a release period, or we can go back home.
But if we stay on campus during release time, we must report to the upper level of the main gym. This location will act as a quiet study hall. All expectations must be met by all students.
Anyone not following these expectations is affecting their ability to continue with hybrid instruction.
So what do we need for dismissal, like when school is over?
For dismissal, we need to exit out the nearest doors of the building.
I'm pretty sure we need to be out of the building as soon as we are released from class. The only exception is if we are under direct supervision of a teacher, coach, or sponsor.
Right, but what about kids that take the bus?
The plan is that students waiting for buses will need to report to the north entrance of the building. To be safe, we'll need to wait outside to minimize congestion of maximize school distancing.
A positive, though, is that we will receive additional breakfast and lunch when we leave the day to supplement food for those days that we are learning virtually.
Right. I heard they are going to have food stations in the cafeteria towards the north entrance and at the community center gym exit for students to pick up meals. These stations will be set up at dismissal time.
Hey guys, welcome back. We can't wait to see you, especially my seniors. Again, Miss Morris, your principal, so excited about you guys coming back. We got a couple things for you. Listen, you got to wear a mask. I've got a couple here, even the one that goes to University of Tennessee, which is where I went to school. So come prepared. Make sure your mask is on at all times. Except when you're eating, you can take it off, but you got to put it back on in order to do transitions. We want to keep everybody as safe as we possibly can because this year we actually want to have an entire year and a graduation. So for you seniors out there especially, kind of help the others, make sure that they keep their mask on. So we've got little signs everywhere that says keep your mask on. We also have please keep to the right. We want to be able to social distance as much as we can. And truthfully, I don't want to tell you all the time. I just want you to remember, have a great time at your school, go to class, because if you're not in class, you don't want to go down that road. So please, come to East, be a Scarlet, do what you're supposed to do, and we can't wait to see your smiling faces here. See you later.